Now, the Bill's DS, Stuart Turner, is never far from the action. If he's not in the middle of a love triangle, he's on top of every case that passes through Sun Hill. But will tonight's episode, which sees a copycat murder leave him puzzled, Doug Rowell is here to tell us more. That's a cracking name. It sounds like a battle cry.
What does?
Brilliant.
What?
Rowell.
Rowell, yeah.
Great, isn't it? A roar.
A roar of
A roar
Rowell.
from the depths.
Hi.
Brilliant. Where does it come from?
It's Indian. My dad's Indian.
Beautiful, beautiful name. So, listen, he's in the centre of yet another drama, these copycat murders. Tell us briefly what's happening.
Well, in the last few episodes, there was the murder of a supermodel, this famous supermodel, Cindy Statham, and then myself and my partner, DC Joe Masters, super cop. We find out that there's another model who'd been murdered, and so obviously it sparks, is this the same guy, or what's going on?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
OK, well, not brilliant, obviously, for those
Well, no,
involved, but great for the viewers that are captivated by every mood. Let's have a look at you in action.
All right.
What's taking you so long?
DC Masters, DS Turner.
Some thug has smashed up all my stuff.
When did this happen?
While I was out this morning.
At Maria Samuel's flat?
Yeah. What's Maria been saying?
Mr. Slade?
It's Slade. One word, like Bono.
Maria's dad.
She's what?
Joe.
Is that blood?
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Come here. Come here.
Jeff Slade, I'm arresting you on
Look, you've got
suspicion of
this
murder
wrong.
Maria Samuel. You do not say anything, but it may harm your defence.
I didn't touch her, I swear!
That was
Brilliant.
Darren Day.
And she's so butch. I love it.
That's a great line. It's Slade, one word.
Just Bono.
Like Bonnet, or Chico.
Like Chico.
Loved it if
Quite
he'd done
works so well, does it? Doesn't quite work so well, that one. So what's Darren Day doing in the Bill?
He's acting in it. He's very good. Very good. He's a brilliant impressionist as well.
He
So
plays
between
quite a
takes,
sort of sleazy, low-life photographer, doesn't he?
He's a photographer who's kind of got tangled up with this young model, and he's kind of a nice guy. Oh no, I shouldn't give it away, should I? He's
Think carefully.
he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, but in
He's
the
one
end,
of the suspects, though, isn't he? Because initially the T-shirt's been found with some blood on it, and,
That's right, yeah.
all the fingers are pointing at him.
Yes, that's right. And there's some clues that lead us with this. Someone's trodden in chocolate that leads us down the wrong path. Yeah.
Chocolate always gets in the way of a good investigation.
Always, yes, yes.
Always a little bit troublesome.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the Bill now?
About 18 months.
18 months. And how's it going? Because I read somewhere that it's utterly destroyed your social life on every level. Why is this?
Well, I suppose because you work 6 days a week, and you have to. I live in North London. We film in South London, so I have to go to bed at 9 o'clock, get up at the crack of dawn. So I never get time to go out and have
Spend
fun.
all day with
Well,
women in
no, mates.
uniform. Whereas this seems to be a problem for you, Doug.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they've all got boyfriends. What can you do? I try.
But you've
Every
got
morning I try.
to woo them round. Just say row.
Yeah,
That'll
row.
work, I'm sure. Now, you're also filmmaking as well. How can you have time for that? That's what's taking up your time, you see. It's not these.
Yeah,
it's
that
not
does
the
take a
Bill's
lot of
fault.
time. Well, I don't have any time for it really. Kind of just make time. I made the film in our Easter stand down. It's a film about a soldier who is captured in Iraq, and the aftermath of his release. And it's a short film, and it's going to play at the Los Angeles Film Festival in September.
Fantastic.
So that's very exciting.
Is how does it compare being behind the camera as well as in the front? Is it a very different experience?
Oh, very different, yeah. I mean, you're just constantly engaged. Whereas an actor, you can kind of, do your little bit and then tell a few anecdotes and have a laugh with your mates and, drink some coffee and whatever. And but as a director and producer, you're just constantly focused.
Buck stops with you.
Exactly.
Oh,
and-
don't say that. The producer and director in the gallery, I think they're important. Don't say that sort of thing. Don't make them think that they have any power or responsibility for
All
heaven's
right.
sake.
Yeah.
Now, you're coming back later to talk to us a bit more, aren't you?
Grand, yeah.
OK, go and get yourself a cup of coffee now.
Oh, lovely. Thanks.
Cheers, Doug. Really good to meet you. Thanks, Penny. Now, the Bill's DS, Stuart Turner, is never far from the action. If he's not in the middle of a love triangle, he's involved in every case that passes through Sun Hill. But what will tonight's episode, which sees a copycat murder, get the better of him? Doug Rowell can tell us more. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you this morning. He's very involved in everything that goes on down at Sun Hill. I mean, a couple of the DSs and a couple of the police officers tend to keep themselves to themselves and let everyone else do the hard work. But he likes getting stuck in.
He's a bit of a glory hunter, so if someone else has an interesting case, he kind of sneaks in the back door and takes it away from them at the last minute and takes the glory.
I know someone like that.
Yeah, he's not really a really nice guy, but
And he's a bit of a swot as well, isn't he? He sort of knows, when it comes to the bits and pieces, he knows the detail.
There's
and
everything about everything going on. Yeah. He's like, he likes to think of himself as a real super cop. In fact, he gets in a later episodes to come, he gets that he becomes the lead of a kind of Crime Watch style show called Wanted, and it really goes to his head, and he starts
He
riding
loves it.
around in limousines and things, you know. So and that's just perfect for him.
TV's DS Stuart Turner.
Hi, how are you?
Now, in terms of this storyline, just remind us what's going on and where we are at the minute.
Well, there's been this a murder of this supermodel, and we've put this guy away for it. But we find out, myself and DC Joe Masters, played by the lovely Sally Rogers, hi Sal, that there's another model who's been murdered. So we think perhaps it's the same guy, although he's already inside. So maybe there's another serial killer out there.
And it's getting sort of deeper and darker. And also, we've got a little clip of someone that everybody might recognise. Have a look at this and we'll talk some more.
What's taking you so long?
DC Masters, DS Turner.
Some thug has smashed up all my stuff.
When did this happen?
While I was out this morning.
At Maria Samuel's flat?
Yeah. What's Maria been saying?
Mr. Slade?
It's Slade. One word, like Bono.
Maria's dad.
She's what?
Joe.
Is that blood?
Yeah. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here.
Jeff Slade, I'm arresting you on
Look, you've got
suspicion
this
of murder
wrong.
Maria Samuels. You do not say anything that it may harm your defence.
I didn't touch her, I swear.
That was a low-life sleazy Darren Day who plays his low-life sleazy photographer,
Jeff Slade.
Jeff Slade.
Or a Slade.
One word.
One word, yeah.
Like Chico.
Like Bono.
And it did. I mean, sort of Darren Day suddenly popped up. You get some great cameos in the build. Michael Brandon, Dempsey
Yeah.
Makepeace. Michael Brandon's going to be in an episode very
Yeah,
soon.
he plays another sleazy character. They generally tend to be sleazy characters in the bill. He plays a casino owner.
Is it quite difficult for people like the cameos like Darren? Clearly has done a really great job, but to come in and because you will know each other very well. You're saying you get on very well with Sally, who plays your.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do very well. And it's probably quite difficult. They come in and we know each other. We know the way everyone works. We know the speed of it, and
And it is really full on, isn't it?
yeah, it is really full on. You know, sometimes we're shooting 4 episodes at the same time, so you forget what storyline you're in and kind of who you're busting. But they come in and like, they provide a new energy, and it's really nice, you know, just to meet new people all the time. I love kind of, you know, making new friends every day.
There seems like it sounds like a play group.
It
It's
is
brilliant.
kind of, yeah.
It seems like there's a real sense with the bill at the moment that they've sort of upped their game in terms of the drama and in
Yeah.
terms of the action.
Yeah.
Particularly, there was the brilliant episode last week, I think it was, with the chase scene with
Yeah.
the helicopters and the cars going through the city.
Well, I think the thing is that they thought, you know, we need to compete with the shows that are going on the other channels now. You know, there's so many more channels. There's not just 4 anymore, and you know, you can turn over and watch CSI or whatever you want. So they needed to up the stakes, and they have, and I think it's really working.
And there's cost involved, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about the new show Heroes that you're
Yeah.
hugely into. How was it, $2.5 million an episode or something?
I think 1.5 or $2 million an
1.5
episode.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, ridiculous, isn't it? And it's difficult for British shows to compete with that.
Well, there's
scale.
one thing about making production values and making it look glossy, but actually it's the script and the story, and that doesn't cost that much money. So if you're thinking about a high stakes story, that you could shoot that with a handy cam and still make it look exciting. You know, it doesn't
And the
have to be
quality of the
expensive.
acting, obviously.
That's where we come in.
Very important. Now, look, you were telling me just. I mean, I understand that you've given up drinking, you've given up dodgy food, you're trying to give up all sorts, and you're converting to yoga.
Well, no, I studied in India to be a yoga teacher a few years ago. So I've been doing yoga for a while. My father's a teacher as well, so it's not something that's not something new. But this kind of holistic lifestyle, I think, is suiting me very well. I mean, my energy levels are ridiculously high now. You know.
And do you end up sort of going down to the set? A few of the guys a bit sort of tired. A few downward dogs and sun salutations.
I
everyone's
try,
happy?
but they all think I'm a bit weird on set. You know, they're kind of, you know, they're all...
What's the best tip for having energy? We're always struggling. People watching at home will be just coming out of a comatose sleep, trying to, you know, come to terms with the day. What's the quickest thing to give yourself an energy level?
Well, the quickest thing, I don't know. Well, I'd say cut out sugar.
Really?
Cut out sugar.
Yeah, cut out sugar because you're generally just putting sugar in your system. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. You know, we get free biscuits on set. You know, and you got these free things. I already have one of those. But in general,
All right,
You
that's
need to
a very
remember,
good tip.
they're
Very
not
good
necessarily
tip.
free because it's a minute on the
It's
lips.
short term. Thank you. Lifetime in many cases. Short term
believe
high.
I'm
I
giving
tell you what, this is the effect of a short term sugar ingestion. Just have a look at this man, Keith Chegwin. This is what can happen to you. It's a warning for all of us.